Hi, I'm Alan Nett. I came today to demonstrate for you the auger. It's a standing twist that I really like to use, standing or any kind of a twist. And I actually have an old example of an auger that I brought with me. This is an old tool, and it goes into a brace and bit, which is actually a very old, it's a hand-driven tool. But what I found so fascinating by this old drill bit, by this old auger or drill, is that it reminds me of the twisting that I like to see my spine do to start to relieve my back, to start to relieve my lower back and my upper back. So this auger is what is going to be, I'm going to demonstrate for us, and I'll put that right up here, and possibly we'll probably be able to see it pretty well there. Okay, so now I'm going to stand with my feet hip width apart. I'm going to take the basic plumb bob position, right? You'll find plumb bob. If that doesn't ring a bell with you, you're going to find it on YouTube. And it's going to be a freebie that you'll find on YouTube that you're going to be able to follow. All right? So now, here I am. I'm going to stand here, and so let me just demonstrate. I'm going to have my hands on my hips, and I'm going to turn myself to my left side, and lifting my side ribs and turning my head, looking to the side. I'll bring myself back, and I'm going to turn to the opposite side, turning, lifting my side ribs. So now you've seen the basic thing, but now there's all kinds of things that I want to describe to you that are going on. So first off, my legs are active. As I'm turning myself to my left side, I'm going to keep my right hip back, right? So as I'm twisting this way, I don't want the twist to look like this. I want this hip to stay back so that it stays in my spine and doesn't go into my pelvis, doesn't go into my sacrum. I don't want to feel anything right here while I'm twisting. I want to feel it from here up. So I'll put my hands on my hips, and I'm going to keep this hip back. So this leg has to resist that hip back. As I'm turning myself to my left side, it's not as dramatic, but I'm starting to get that twist. My spine is lifting, my spine is long. As I'm twisting, this hip is moving back. How am I actually doing this action? The action is really coming from my oblique abdominal muscles, these muscles on each side of the spine. So here's my navel. This is the six-pack, right? Everybody's working on that six-pack, but these are the muscles that really strengthen the lower back. These muscles don't strengthen the lower back. When these muscles work really strongly, they actually tell the lower back muscles to release. So we want those lower back muscles to be encouraged to stay strong. So as I'm turning, I'm using these obliques. So I'm working the leg, I'm turning to the side, got my hands on my hips, and this hip is moving back. And these muscles, if I touch these muscles in my abdominal area, they're like a rock. They're very, very hard. And that's what you want to work on. Both legs are active as I turn. There we go. Good. Side ribs are lifting. Bring myself back. We certainly want to do it to the other side as well, so I'm going to turn myself to my right side. I'm going to keep my left hip back. Side ribs are lifting, turning, and these abdominal muscles are very, very strong, right? As I turn. Good. Turning my head, looking over. Now, so that's a standing version of it. We can also, I know I'm going to use this tomorrow, but I can use it and I can sit. This works out really well because all my tools, I can just drop my tools on the outside and they don't get in the way. So a seated twist, very, very same thing. I'm going to twist myself to the left side. I'm going to take my left hand behind. I'm going to hold the back of the bucket. So watch, I'll show you it from the back side to start with. So I'm going to hold, if I'm going to twist myself to this side, I'm going to twist myself to this side, I'm going to hold the back of the bucket, and then I'm going to take the hand across the leg, I'm going to lift, and I'm going to twist. All right? And I'll release that, I'll come up, and I'll twist, show you it from the front side. All right? So once again, I'll go to this side again. It'll be different, but so I'm going to reach behind with my right hand. I'm going to hold the seat of the bucket, the seat that I'm sitting on. My left hand is going to come across here. I'm going to lift the side ribs, and now I'm using my stomach and I'm using my shoulders, right? So this left shoulder is coming towards the sternum. The right shoulder, right, and we've demonstrated before how this shoulder blade has to move. That shoulder blade is moving towards the spine in the back as I'm holding, twisting, twisting, turning my head, looking over. Nice twist. Very, very strong. And then I get to a point and I want to stay in this pose for a little bit. Good. And then I'm going to release. So with our poses, we have three aspects of our poses. We go into our pose, we hold our pose, we come out of our pose. All three of these have to be conscious. We want to stay aware of how are we moving through all of this, right? So as I move in, I moved into the pose. I'm going to stay in the pose for a few minutes, no, not a few minutes, a few seconds. Stay in the pose for a few seconds, and then I'm going to release it, and I'm going to gently come out with awareness through the entire thing. So, on the job, at home, however you want to do it, these standing twists, the seated twists, are absolutely fantastic. They'll strengthen your stomach by using the abdominals. They'll start to release pain in the lower back as well, because these abdominal muscles actually circulate, they actually travel all the way back, and they touch the spine in the back. So these muscles and twisting with these muscles are of the utmost importance to help the lower back. Good. Thank you for watching.